say. And then one other school we wanted to mention is the distance learning program. There are many for nurse midwives, but Frontier is a really great one. Frontier is a really great one, and I do love their setup. I don't know, Christine, if your school had the setup where you do all of the didactic, you come up for skills, and then you do an immersion for 9 clinical, like a true clinical immersion for the last 9 months and graduate.
Correct. So
that's a fantastic way to learn. Let me just tell you.
And if that's the route you're gonna go, start looking for your preceptor now, because like right when I was going into Philly University, you know, I was lucky enough to have known midwives that I was working with, and you know, people to train under. So it was immediately like, hey, when I get to this part of my program, can you precept me? Because you have to look locally for your own preceptor. That's probably the most challenging part of a distance program.
And that's everywhere. So the CPMs will tell you that they did that. The nurse midwives did that. You are going to be looking for your own preceptors if you're in a distance learning program of any type. A distance learning program means you have to find your preceptor. And if you're in Atlanta, it's going to be harder because although Emory is a brick and mortar school, their students are out in other areas. So a lot of the locations are filled. So you can call practice after practice after practice, and they will say, Emory is here. Yeah. So that could be a problem because Emory's not and then of course the Emory hospitals are not picking up people. So you could get blocked off really, really, really fast. You had a question.
But
go ahead, please.
I'm sorry. We'll turn that off.
Okay. No, my question was, so I know I want to do the Frontier route, but I wasn't aware, I guess, that you need to come back and make sure you have a preceptor in place. So does your preceptor have to be, it can't be like a home birth, if you're doing a certified nurse midwife route, does it have to be a certified nurse midwife that does your precepting?
Yes.
Not a CPM?
It has to be a nurse midwife that you're precepting with. The problem that you run into home births, I've gotten a couple of calls, but most people know when they get in their program, our numbers are too low to get you where you need to be.
So you can't add me to your list today,
no,
is what you're saying.
Because you're not going to get enough.
Okay.
You need 50 births, and it would take you forever to get 50 births.
But you can precept with different preceptors.
You can come in, you can say, I want to have 2 months where I just roam around with one of the nurse midwives who do home birth, so I can get in and see what it's like and get my hands wet and do it. But it would not be your sole precepting location because you can't get your numbers like that.
Which is also unfortunate because out of hospital experience is not like something that's required in nurse midwifery school. Which you know
should be.
It's so unfortunate because you miss out on so many important, very different perspectives.
Yeah, and that's a soapbox
model.
For all of it, because when you're in the CPM program, you're missing an important component of things that happen in that hospital clinically. Getting that high risk, seeing how things flip over so quickly, and being a part of that process, which could be super helpful in a home setting to see those super rare things. And then when you're in the hospital as a nurse midwife, you're seeing a top-heavy side of complications and things in birth and managing the birth. We have to manage the birth because you couldn't possibly have a baby without us. So you're seeing too much management and you are not getting to see what it looks like not to manage someone's birth.
You get accustomed to that and you get fearful of what you cannot control and manage, right? So coming out of the hospital setting, I had to deprogram myself because I'm used to doing. I was lucky enough.
And I was like,
a lot of natural.
In the beginning, though, I was like,
a lot of natural birth.
Girl, leave that alone.
Look, shout out to Mercy Hospital in Chicago and Levio. I mean, they allowed women to naturally labor, and that was so amazing to be able to see. Oh my goodness, this is really awesome. The awesomeness of birth, right? But a lot of nurse midwives do not get that opportunity to really allow women to leave them alone and birth and allow and see what happens naturally. So it's this fear of, oh girl, I can't come out the hospital. That's crazy. You know, that's scary. What would I do? You know, and it's like, girl, yeah.
Have you all had an opportunity?